Welcome to the Berman Golf Podcast, where we're helping golfers over the age of 60 increase distance off the tee so that they can hit shorter irons into the green. Yeah, baby. You can visit us at bermangolf.com for more information and get ready. This is going to be a fun one. Here we go, baby. The Long Balls Golf Podcast. Dr. Jake Berman here, the originator of the Berman method of golf performance, where we help aging golfers move better so they can hit the ball further, strike the ball more consistently, and play more frequently without nagging aches and pains. On today's episode, I am going to go over, actually, let me say it this way. I will be revealing the easiest, the quickest, and the most effective way to get better. That's simple. The fastest way to get better fastest, or the fastest way to improve your ball striking, the fastest way to increase distance off the tee, the fastest way to be able to finish a round of golf without your back killing you or waking up the next day and feeling like you got hit by a bus and having to take a day of rest in between. So that pretty much takes out all your 2-day tournaments out of the competition. You can't even play in them because you can't play back-to-back days. So on today's episode, I'm going to reveal the quickest way to achieve all those things. It's no secret. I'm going to put all the cards on the table, and you're going to hear the answer, and you're going to go, really? That's all I have to do? It's that easy? Well, no, it's not that easy. It is that simple, and I've talked about this a lot on this podcast. I talk about this a ton in my other podcast that I do with my wife, the Berman Method. Check that out if you're into health and wellness and physical therapy and making sure that you can get rid of nagging aches and pains, avoid surgery, avoid pain pills. Check out our other podcast that me and my wife record every Monday. It's been going on for a few years now, so 200 episodes or so. Check that out. But anyways, you're going to hear the answer and you'll be like, is it really that easy? No, it's not that easy. It is that simple. If it were easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not easy because it requires some effort, and humans by nature are lazy. However, to be fair, there is a big amount or an increasing percentage of people that are following me that are actually really hard workers, and you're not getting better due to lack of effort. You're just working harder, not smarter. So this is what the goal is going to be on today's episode, is to reveal how to get a bigger return on investment on the work that you are doing. Before we get into all that, I do want to give a shout out to my virtual clients. Over the past 6 months, we have got a ton of traction in the virtual world. And we've got people all over the country and even nationwide or worldwide. We got a couple in the UK right now, some in Canada, who are purchasing our online program, our online tee shot transformation program, and then finishing that program, getting phenomenal results, and then moving on into our weekly and bi-weekly coaching program. So big shout out to all of my virtual customers. This has been a ton of fun working with you all over the country. You guys are jumping on Zoom sessions, and you're snowed in and I'm sunny and 85. It's just been a ton of fun how it's so different all over the country, all over the world. How are you going to improve your golf game given the nature of nature, meaning the elements? If it's cold and snowy 3 to 6 months out of the year, how do you improve for those 3 to 6 months out of the year? And there's been nothing better. These are not my words. These are your guys' words than this online program, this online curriculum. So big shout out. That's the online tee shot transformation program. If you don't know anything about it, check it out. Go to bermangolf.com and click on products, and you can read all about it. You can read testimonials, and awesome. Very, very appreciative of this. This has been a ton of fun. So with that said, moving forward with the keys, let's reveal how easy it is. Right out of the gate, The fastest way to get better, I don't care if you are a 30 handicapper, a 20 handicapper, a 10 handicapper, a high single digit or a low single digit, or even a +3. The fastest way to get better is inside the comfort of your own home, inside in the AC, inside where there are no repercussions, no results, no consequences. So many times we want to learn something or try out a new trick and immediately rush out to the driving range and start banging balls. This is the absolute worst thing that you could possibly do if you are a 10 handicapper or higher. If you are a low single digit handicapper or a pluser, you might be able to get away with this. If you are a double digit handicapper, this is the absolute worst thing that you could possibly do to attempt to improve your golf game as fast as possible, is learn a new trick, learn a new technique, learn a new whatever, and immediately go out to the driving range and start banging balls. The reason why is because there's consequences that occur. There's results that come into play. So hopefully by this stage in your golfing career, you've heard the saying that trust the process. Don't get caught up in the results. Trust the process. And what this means is so many times when we learn something new and we've got to change something, the immediate result is worse. Meaning that if your goal was to improve ball striking, 9 times out of 10, when you try to fix whatever problem it is, the ball striking gets worse. You start shanking them, you start hooking them, you start topping them or chunking them. You start doing something that makes the result much worse than what it was prior to you doing this new thing. And what that leads to is you saying, well, this isn't working. I'm just going to go back to my crappy old swing. The importance of this is that you've got to understand that you will figure out a way to hit the golf ball. No matter how bad your posture is, you will figure out a way to hit the golf ball. No matter how horrible your alignment is, you will figure out a way to hit the golf ball. No matter how horrendous your mechanics are, you will figure out a way to hit the golf ball. Now, as soon as we try to change it and say, okay, let's just pick alignment, for example. Actually, let's go even simpler. Let's change ball placement. This is one of the biggest things. I mean, talk about the lowest hanging fruit on most amateur golfers, especially aging golfers. Ball placement is one of the lowest hanging fruits. You just change ball placement and it will immediately give you a return on investment. Now get this. This is the thing that I most commonly see with aging amateur golfers. So aging golfers with a double-digit index, so 10 plus index handicap. The ball placement is too far forward. Too far forward, specifically with 7-iron or shorter, so 7, 8, 9 wedge. I mean, I see it all the time, especially with a wedge. When you got the wedge in your hand, the ball placement, you're putting the ball so far forward in your stance that it's where I would hit a long iron, a 4 or 5 iron, even a wood. You're putting that ball so far forward, and then you swear that it's right in the middle of your stance, or even a little bit behind in your stance. And it's not even close. And then I put the alignment sticks down and you're like, oh crap, that is really pretty much off my left heel. Wow. So anyways, this is just one example. When I say, okay, move the ball placement back in your stance. And then the result usually immediately is worse on the screen when we're on the simulator or even on the driving range. Usually the immediate results that follow from changing the ball placement is worse than what it was prior. And the reason why is because when the ball, using the same example, when you had a wedge in your hand and you're putting that ball forward in your stance, your brain knows what you're trying to accomplish, which is hit that golf ball. So it's going to contort your body in some way, shape, or form so that you can try to deliver that club head to the golf ball. Now, when you move the ball back in your stance where it should be, your brain has not learned how to control your body to deliver the golf club, the club head, to the golf ball with this new position. So the immediate reaction is, oh, this is not working. I don't like this. I'm going to change it or go back to my old ways. But in reality, you need to spend time in this new position, retraining your brain how to use your body to deliver the club head to the golf ball in this new position. So this is just one of 11 billion examples on why the answer to the original question, what is the fastest way to get better at any level? And that is to stay inside in the AC without a golf ball in sight and focus on the biomechanics. One of the easiest things that we can talk about right now is muscle activation. This is one of the easiest ones to do inside in the comfort of your own AC. And this is the reason why people get so much better and get dramatic results going through our one-on-one program so fast. Usually it's within the first 5, 6, 7, 8 sessions, they're gaining 5 to 10 yards with a 7-iron. And the reason why this happens is because after day 1 of our program, we rarely ever spend more than 10 minutes hitting balls for the first handful of sessions. And the reason why it's important is because we've got to focus on re-educating the muscles to do the movement that we want them to do. Because the ultimate goal is to have a 100% reproducible swing every single time. If you could have a 100% reproducible swing every single time, it doesn't matter if it was the worst, horrendous swing over the top that has no result other than to result in a massive banana slice. If you could reproduce a massive banana slice 100% of the time, you could shoot very good golf. You could shoot a very good round because you're just going to aim left every single time. The problem is when it's not 100% reproducible. So you're typically hitting a huge banana slice, so you aim left on the tee box, and then you hit the dreaded straight ball. And then it's like, what the hell? Now we're playing army golf. You cannot score if you don't know if the ball is going left, right, or center. Can't do it. The only way that you can score is if you take a third of the fairway out of the equation. You either take the left side out of the equation or the right side out of the equation. Because if you take the left side out of the equation, meaning that you know that your miss is not left, then you can aim left, because if your miss is right, the worst case scenario is that you're going to hit a straight ball and it's going to be on the left side of the fairway. If you hit a miss, it's going to be on the right side of the fairway. But if you don't know if you're going to hit left, right, center, you have no idea how to aim. You can't score that way. So coming back full circle to getting better, when you're trying to get muscles firing, you've got to do it without any repercussions in the equation. As soon as there's a little white thing down on the ground and you're looking at the result, how far did the ball go? Where did it go? What did the flight look like? What did it feel like? These are all results that cloud your judgment on the actual process. When we focus on the process, That is how you get better. It's no different in golf. It's no different in business, in the business world. It's no different in any sport. You must focus on the process and not the results. Because when you focus on results, you're chasing your tail. You're chasing symptoms, essentially, not the problem. The results happen because of something that happened before it. So you don't change something based off the results. You change something based off of the process. So again, inside in the comfort of your own AC, get into your address position and start pushing weight through the inside of that right foot without letting your right knee buckle in. Try to feel the ground as much as you possibly can with that right foot. Now, as you're holding that in your address position, no club in your hand, just hands hanging straight down. Imagine there's a club in your hand, but there isn't. Now, pull that belly button in. Pull it in a little bit harder. Pull it in a little bit harder and keep breathing. Do not hold your breath as you're doing this. Pull it in a little bit harder. Pull it in as hard as you possibly can, like you're getting ready to brace for a sucker punch from Mike Tyson right to the gut. And make sure you're still breathing. So this is going to activate your core as hard as you possibly can. As you're holding that, you're going to start pushing that right foot through the ground even harder without letting your right knee buckle in. You're not straightening your right knee. It's almost like your right leg is frozen, but you're increasing weight through that right side. And then you're pushing so hard that you can almost start to decrease the amount of weight you have going through your left foot. This is how you start to get the muscles working in address. Then slowly go into your backswing, slowly, and I mean it slowly. Make it take at least 10 seconds to get to the top of your backswing as you're increasing pressure through that right foot, increasing how hard you're pulling that core in while you're breathing, feeling the muscles firing like crazy. This should not be easy no matter what level you're on. This is how you re-educate your brain how to perform this movement. There's no club in your hand. There's no little white thing on the ground in front of you. There's no pin out in the distance. There's no results associated with this. So you can fixate completely on the process. Fixate on the process. Here's the key. Here's the magic sauce right here. And do it over and over and over again. What I tell all of my clients on day one is if you can give me 60 seconds every 60 minutes, this will get better so much faster than if you say, I'm going to do my homework first thing in the morning or twice a day or even 3 times a day. If you can give me 60 seconds every 60 minutes, you are going to get better so much faster. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, I cannot believe what this feels like. I never knew what it felt like to activate my core. I never knew what it felt like to activate my glutes. I never knew what it felt like to get true shoulder turn. Over and over again, 60 seconds every 60 minutes, I want you to do one thing. Whatever that one thing that we're working on that day, okay, this is the homework. So between today and the next session, I want you to do this for 60 seconds every 60 minutes as aggressively as you can so that this is better when you come back for the next session. And we can say, okay, that's fixed. Now let's go to the next lowest hanging fruit. And we just do it over and over again. So these are little tiny baby incremental steps in the right direction every single session. And we have 24 sessions in our program. And obviously you can't have positive progress every single session. However, it gives us at least 15 sessions going in the right direction. And even when those sessions that are not in the 15, so the other 9, even the ones that don't go in the right direction, it's not detrimental. It's not massive steps backwards. It's just like, okay, I didn't get a significant return on investment on that homework. So let's tweak it just a hair. And it goes from getting a 3 or 5% return on investment to a 15 or 25% return on investment for the next session. And that's how we do it. That's how we get the results. That's how we are still maintaining a 100% success rate with every single person who has gone through a one-on-one program with us. 100% success rate. There's not a single golf program out there that's still batting 100%. It just isn't. Or I guess it's batting 1,000 technically. And the reason why it works is because of everything that I just got done talking about. We focus on the process and not the results. When you go and get a lesson, you're watching the ball fly. The pro changes your grip, changes your swing path, changes something, and then you start hitting balls and you're seeing how the balls are flying. And you're going, oh, that's horrible, or ooh, that's great, or ooh, that feels horrible, or ooh, that felt really great. It's all this results-oriented lessons. That's why most of the time you leave lessons frustrated, because you're focused on the results and not the process. That's why I strongly encourage my clients to not ask me to bang any balls in most of my sessions. So out of 24 sessions, we might have 5 sessions where we're spending a lot of time hitting balls. And that's a lot. I mean, vast majority of it is we're focusing on the process. And that's why you get better. So that's your big take-home message for today is if you want to get better the fastest, quit going to the freaking driving range. Focus on one thing in the comfort of the AC without a golf club in your hand. I mean, even if you put a golf club in your hand, do not have a golf ball in sight. And just focus on a feeling over and over again, 60 seconds every 60 minutes. And it is almost impossible to not get better faster. Asterisk. Here's an asterisk. This is important. Practice makes permanent, so you better make sure you're practicing perfectly. Don't just half-ass some practice and say, yeah, I got some reps in. Yeah, I did 50 reps yesterday. Practice makes permanent, so you better make sure you're practicing perfectly. This is why they always say, go get a lesson before you create some bad habits. The bad habits are already there. You've got to figure out a way to undo it first, and it has nothing to do with hitting a golf ball or going to the driving range. You've got to feel the muscles firing first. All right, this was a great episode. Well, obviously it was. It's my opinion. It's my episode. So yeah, this was a great episode. But in all seriousness, like and subscribe to this podcast. Please share this with somebody that you know loves going to the driving range and banging balls. It's like, what the hell, man? Are you just trying to get a workout? I mean, if you're just trying to get a workout, yeah, that's great. But if you're actually trying to improve your golf game, it is the worst thing you could possibly do. Like, subscribe, share this with somebody else, and let me know what your questions are. Email me, distance@bermangolf.com. If you want me to go over a specific part of the swing, or you want me to address a specific stigma or thought process out in the golf world, I would love to address your questions. We get a lot of good ones regularly. So email me, distance@bermangolf.com. Check out our online tee shot transformation program. And if you got any questions about our in-person programs, let me know. Look forward to hearing from you. And until next time, yeah, baby. Thank you very much for tuning in this week. For more information, please go to bermangolf.com. That's B as in boy, ERMAN, bermangolf.com, and check out a ton of stuff that we have there. Or even better, go to our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We're even on TikTok. Check us out everywhere. We've got tons of content going out every week. And please give us a thumbs up. Comment on the videos. Let me know what your questions are. Try to shoot holes in this. I'll do whatever I can to help you out the best that I can. Thank you, guys.